Hey everyone, welcome to Tips in 10, where we give the top tips in the least amount of time. I built this series to help you stay in the know without taking a chunk out of your schedule. Now, I met Hayden Huff about 5 years ago in
So
Philadelphia. I
crazy.
was so impressed with her drive, her ambition, and her whatever it takes attitude. Hayden is a super connector who provides entrepreneurs and executives remote bookkeeping, and talent controlled support without wasting your time. So, in this episode of Tips in 10, she will spill the secret sauce of developing a network with the right people and the best tips for fitting relationship building into your packed schedule, which she just talked about, like how crazy her schedule is. So, it'll be awesome to hear. But Hayden, welcome to Tips in 10. It's so great to have you.
So good to see you. I wish that we were in person, but this is so awesome. And I appreciate the lovely introduction. And I very much admire you for doing something like this and, giving people access to good information really quickly. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's just dive in right now. And you are, like I said, an Uber connector. You get it. You understand the importance of it, but you also understand how to do it the right way. So, what's your top tip for quickly developing a network with the right people?
Okay, so my top tip for any founder, executive, or person that's responsible for developing business for their company, and even if you only have a handful of clients and you're just getting started, you can really double your network with the right people fast, gain access to qualified sales opportunity really quickly, and create a bench of resources that can help your clients or prospects with their other business challenges just by asking your clients who their other service providers are. So I know it sounds simple, or you might be like, well, what does that mean? I can break it down for you a little bit.
Yeah,
So
please
we can
do.
use, yeah, I will. So Supporting Strategies is the company I work for, and we provide outsourced controller work and bookkeeping. So natural, really good mutual kind of referral sources for us would be a tax or audit CPA, a benefit broker, a fractional CFO, a banker, maybe outsourced payroll or HR, an attorney. So that's like 6 or 7 contacts I just mentioned that you could gain access to through one client. And all of your clients have these types of people. So what you should do is think about the people or the services or industries that are complementary to your business, where conversations that that person or you might be having would just naturally, organically come up. And then I would ask your clients, have a meeting with them and ask them who those types of service providers are and get their information and reach out. And the best part about this plan is that there's no cold outreach. So it's not awkward because you already have a mutual, client. Like you have a like thing in common. And there's a high probability that you're also targeting a like client profile just because you already share this, client. So hopefully more of them. They have more of that same type of client. And then you also have built-in credibility because if you're having like a great service, you're delivering superior product, whatever it is, this client of yours, this mutual client, is a walking testimonial to how great your service is. And in any relationship, trust is the foundation. And this will build that trust with this other service provider faster because they know that you're delivering a great service, and hopefully generate qualified sales opportunities faster. And then most importantly, a lot of us, let's be real, we have commoditized businesses. You have to differentiate. And the best way to do that is to help prospects or clients with other business challenges. And if you can be a connector to that, pool of people you just made in your network, that just speaks volumes. And even if you don't close the business now, you will in the future. And you helped a partner out who's hopefully going to be referring you business too.
That is brilliant. And I think a lot of times people are afraid to go to their client because they're saying, hey, look, I'm getting the business from them already. The last thing I want to do is to ask for something else. But the reality is like you said, you already have a relationship there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and if you're delivering great service, a great product, whatever that is, then they're going to be inclined to say, hey, I'm happy to do so. I'm happy
Totally.
to make that introduction.
Yeah.
So I
They
love
are.
that.
Yes.
So today we're in a hybrid model.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are, full-time in office. I'm full-time in office. Some people are hybrid and some people are just working from home.
No.
Um, So what are the best tips to stay in, on top of mind of everything like that? Because that's critical, right? Out of
Yeah,
sight, out of mind. And in
totally.
this model, it's very possible to be out of sight. What are some of the things you do?
So I have a few different options because there's different strokes for different folks of what you like to do. And obviously, like everybody else, my world was flipped upside down. Sales, as I noted, had changed forever. So it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't just go and drop off like coffee or just drop by and say hello. What am I going to do? So this isn't for everyone, even me. I'm really not a social media person, but I forced myself to start creating some content on LinkedIn. And that really helped me get more visibility with people and stay top of mind with my network. Just little value adds, value bumps, like what you're doing right now here is like a great example of that. But if you're not comfortable doing something like that, you can also leverage LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I love this tool because you can create lead lists, and I don't use this for leads like prospecting. I use it really to stay on top of my partner relationships. So I basically go to Sales Navigator once a week, and I have this little like news feed of just the people that I want to see that are essential to my business. And I spend 30 minutes engaging with their content, liking and commenting on it, supporting them. And if you really hate social media and it's just like not your thing, then I would recommend get as many people's cell phone numbers as you possibly can. People are not weird about it. They're craving connection and they're so over email. And I think it kind of sounds like ironic that texting is engaging in a real relationship, but it is because you don't email your kids like all the time, you text them. And it just opens a fast and spontaneous channel for communication. So like maybe they told you something like a new restaurant is open and you walk by it 2 months later and you're like, oh my God, I just saw that restaurant. Like, let's go there soon. It's just a quick, easy text, an easy touch. It's just fast. And then lastly, if you're comfortable, take advantage of the times that we can get outside and like be with people and do spend time with people in person when you can and make those meetings really fun and like not so much about business, but more about the personal connection and spending time together since it's a lot more limited today.
Yeah. And I love the fact how you just look, sending a text doesn't always have to be work related, right?
No,
Establishing that relationship, be personal. Right.
totally.
And I think that's how, you're going to continue to strengthen that relationship. And then, who knows, one day, maybe it's a referral, maybe it becomes a client.
Yep.
So what's the number one thing you recommend founders and leaders do to create more time to build their business relationships and networks?
So as soon as you possibly can, I get it because we work with a lot of startups. I know every dollar counts in the beginning, but when you have the ability to outsource everything you possibly can, because you yourself as an individual are not scalable and your time is better spent, developing new relationships like we're talking about now, further advancing your product or service, or maybe raising funding for, your next goals that you have for your company. So the second you can outsource any of your back office or your marketing or whatever it might be, your IT, just do it because it's going to free up so much time. And my guess is you probably didn't go into business to be all of those different types of, back office support. You wanted to follow your passion. So that would be my number one tip there.
Absolutely. And you know what, us as entrepreneurs, look, we have to figure out, okay, what are we passionate about?
Mm-hmm.
Is it, and then, obviously we got to know our strengths too. Some
Yeah.
people are going to say, hey, guess what? I do want to be a part of that networking process. Some are going to say, hey, look, that's not my gift. Better suited to outsource, like you said, or to, hire someone on, in order to service that particular area of networking and relationship building. So I want to have a little bit of fun here, and wrap this thing up. So a little speed round questions. So you ready?
Yeah.
So do you kill bugs you find inside or do you take them outside?
It depends on what kind.
Good point. Good point. So cannonball into the pool or dip your toes in first?
I think dip my toes in first. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then, if you were like, what's your like go-to karaoke song?
Oh gosh, that's really hard. Something fun, maybe like Baby Got Back or something,
Baby
like a
Got Back.
rap. It's just
You
funny.
can't go,
You
you
don't want
can't
to
go
hear me
wrong with
sing.
that.
I need to
You
have
can't
like
go
the
wrong with that.
talking a talking song. Yeah.
You're gonna be able to do that too, okay, in front of the group as well. So I mean,
Oh, yeah.
if you're gonna do it, you're going all in with Baby Got Back. I love it.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh, yeah. That'll get me kicked off LinkedIn.
it. So how can our listeners connect with you?
Anybody is so welcome to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'd love to connect with you there. My email and my phone number is actually also listed, I believe, somewhere on my LinkedIn page or on my banner. So email or LinkedIn are the best ways to get in touch with me. And I'd love to connect with anybody who has questions or that I could help.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Hayden, I just really appreciate you joining us today on Tips in 10. Our time is up, but please, listeners, reach out to Hayden. I'm telling you, she is an Uber connector. She's all about the give. She gets it. She understands it. And she's wildly successful for a reason. So Hayden, thanks again for joining us and have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
Take care.
Bye.